Woo! What's going on, you guys? It is me, Dollar Cost Crypto. What's going on, you guys? Running ragged over here. What's going on? Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe, do all that shit. What's going on, you guys? Yeah, let's get it. No glasses. Too bad. And we're back. What's going on, you guys? Just for you, I got the line ring on right now. Yeah, there you go. Obviously drinking my Celsius drink. 14K cell, baby. 4 eyes, 2 chains. Looking swole, man. I'm down right now, dude. I'm fucking losing tons of weight right now. I've been hitting the gym really, really hard, like nonstop and stuff. I'm about down 6-7 pounds. So, heck yeah, man. What's going on? Shoo, it's nice to see you guys. Sorry, I was going to stream yesterday. I just kind of I feel I'm honestly a little under the weather right now, but I think I have like a slight fever and stuff, but I'm doing pretty good though. It's fine. Let's get it, baby. Gain on gains. Hit the like button and retweet this out and everything. And we'll get started right now on our topic and stuff of how to win on PulseChain. Making gains on gains, baby. Heck yeah, man. Basically, I wanted to start this whole show off today with pretty much talking about like basically how to win on PulseChain, right? Because I'm getting asked this all the time, like, how the hell can I make money on PulseChain, or how can I get into PulseChain, or how, like, what's the best way to play this ecosystem? And for most people, it's just buying Hex right now. You basically the main sacrifice phases are over for Hex. I do believe there's going to be one more sacrifice phase, so be on the lookout. I personally do think that there's going to be another sacrifice phase. I think Richard Hart's going to do a sacrifice phase for his version of MetaMask. That might happen in 2-3 months from now. That's just what I've heard down the pipeline and stuff. So you're hearing it here first. I do believe that there is going to be a sacrifice phase for another project. And to tell you the truth, it probably really is needed because of all the stuff that's been going on with JP Morgan essentially acquiring a ton of assets in Ethereum. This is my own kind of mental math. From what I can tell right now, JP Morgan, as well as a couple other banks, probably own like 2/5 of key like Ethereum infrastructure in organizations right now, which is kind of crazy. So we still are going to be able to use MetaMask. That's not going to be a problem, but it's more of just the timing of it in terms of like whether he's going to release this MetaMask sacrifice phase before it launches or sometime afterwards. Either one would be fine, but it'd be pretty interesting. I mean, honestly, if I'm just kind of speculating here, Um, if I'm just speculating here, yeah, it'll be probably after it launches, but closer to the end of the year. If I were him, because like in terms of what's going on, we Hex does need another sacrifice phase to kind of suck up a ton of the Hex liquidity in terms of every single year. The T-share payout gets longer and longer in terms of if you stick a 1 year versus a 2 year, you have 20% more T-shares, and it keeps increasing like that exponentially up until 10 years. So it's a sort of thing where you need some sort of event sometimes in order to kind of suck up all that extra hex that's coming out and get a different product and stuff. So to protect the hex price. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of getting fatigued with the sacrifice, if I'm being honest. I mean, to tell you the truth, I am as well, a little bit. I mean, but it just is what it is in a kind of a way. Essentially, we're seed funding the entire creation of this ecosystem, right? So it's just the sort of thing where most people wouldn't even get this chance at all. So it's we're literally bootstrapping an entire community infrastructure, yield farming protocols, Ethereum chain. I mean, everything from the ground floor. So it kind of is what it is. But because we start in the beginning, and if we work hard and kind of push it out, it can succeed really crazily. And then the one advantage that we really have right now is basically that we're the last L1 to launch this cycle. Period. Because we're the last one to come out, right? We're going to have a nice hype phase, a little bit of drawdown phase, and then basically a really big adoption curve after that. And then we sort of what like we saw with Phantom, you ended up having sort of a run up to you had a big run up until October, a little bit of downtrend, and then a bunch of hype cycle. Basically, they just got killed by Andre leaving, basically, right? So it's the sort of thing where we're gonna have something like that. Obviously, I don't think Richard's leaving, but it's that sort of thing that can play out throughout the year where we're able to accumulate these projects cheap, yield farm, and then when the Ethereum gas fees start getting extremely crazy, this will drive a lot of people to this ecosystem because I think the yields will still be pretty decent on the platform as well as all the stuff you can do plus the gains. It's going to be kind of crazy. So yeah. Oh my god, lead time and booking that kidney operation. You mean donation? Yeah, exactly. So the hex pulse system is pre-viral, correct? That I do believe at a certain point, from what I'm seeing right now, this is actually one of my earliest predictions in terms of like since like I think I said this September of 2020. So this is like the first crypto mindset course that I ever said. It was during I think the ladder in, ladder out phase. It was a while ago. I'm trying to remember. I'm doing this off of memory here. But basically, I said in terms of what I was seeing in terms of most tokens out in the ecosystem, emissions on most of the tokens in the entire crypto space are pretty much ending around quarter three of 2022 to quarter one of 2023. So if that's the case, then we actually have a pretty bullish case for quarter two being a really amazing time for actually PulseChain Hex, because during that phase when the party's over for the rest of the ecosystems, legitimately in terms of free emissions and all that jazz and stuff like that, I really do believe PulseChain and Hex, the Hex ecosystem is going to be a shining light during that time. So because of that, you're going to end up having capitulation from multiple not just media sources, but you're going to have influencers, YouTubers, and everything like that. It's just everyone goes where the money's at. So if during that time everything's a shit show, and then there's PulseChain, the PulseChain ecosystem, and the Hex ecosystem, I mean the whole X ecosystem, and that's doing fantastic, they capitulate. Now, do we use them as exit liquidity? That's the question. I don't know, but I'll leave that up to y'all. But oh my god! But smash the like button, you guys. So I should have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Oh well, whatever. But it is what it is. But it isn't like it's gonna get like that'll happen right away. But like, but when that happens, right, we'll end up usually cycles. So typically, when I see seasons and ecosystems, god damn it, I shouldn't have said that. But all right, so typically, I have a fever right now, so I'm talking. I'm kind of a little more unhinged right now. Um, what typically happens with like cycles, right? Let's say there's a season in ecosystems. The seasons in ecosystems usually are about 4 months. Now that because right now we're in a a consolidating bull market right now. A lot of people believe it's a bear market, but not really. A real bear market would have complete death of basically 60% of all L1s, including the projects inside of them. You will have, it is an interesting time because it's sort of like, imagine like if we lost planet Earth, right? Let's just say we're a multi-planet species and we lost Earth. It's like there would be projects, corporations, and certain segments of society that would be flying off of Earth and essentially finding their way into other ecosystems. So some of the cream of the crop projects, one or two of it per ecosystem, would essentially fly off into other ecosystems and kind of lay root there, which could very much happen. So there is this little case for like an interstellar sort of like flight to safety in terms of like the blue chipped projects from each ecosystem. So it's quite a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think I have a I think I have 101 fever or something like that right now, but yeah. Let's see. Tap two. I'm confused with the $5 super chat. I'm confused of how. Okay, I'm confused as to how the amount airdropped coins are received from sacrifice are calculated. It depends on each. Each one's a little different, right? Like for Mintra, it's pretty standard, right? For every dollar sacrificed, you essentially receive 100 coins per dollar per points, basically, plus the multiples. So it's like you take your dollars multiplied by the multiplier and stuff like that, and then times it by 100, and that gives you your coin total. Where PulseChain's points are calculated in like two separate buckets, one with the multiplier times 10,000 per point and stuff, and then then multiplied together, and then you had a separate bucket for when the multiplier wasn't as low and there's a higher price per the point. So maybe if you're one of the dudes that sacrificed at like $9.99 per 10,000 points, big oof. Plus a much smaller multiplier or non-existing, then you would get that bucket, and then those buckets are fused together. That's why a lot of people have asked me, hey Miguel, can you please just give me like what do you think price targets in terms of number of X's that I can have for these tokens? I'm not going to speak on terms of price of the tokens. I think they'll do well, but I want to have all the numbers in front of me as well as like what to see how the systems are working. Because once I know kind of how the systems are working, I can figure out pretty much psychological kind of triggers for like how people are going to start reacting to yield farms, yield, money flowing. Is it really easy to move things around? If it's things are difficult to move around, and then that might show like, oh wow, money may get stuck here for a second, and then we can take advantage of that. Or money's free flowing pretty easily. There's not much like hiccups anywhere. But onboarding's bad or onboarding's really good. Like holy crap! So there's just a lot of these little like interplays basically once the system launches. So I need to figure out the psychology of it, and also the game theory of what's going to happen, because the game theory may be one way, but because of this sort of event, it becomes negative, right? So something that you have like in that I see like that I've seen only in like in the Phantom ecosystem is like you have a lot of retail. Just like in Hex, right? You have a lot of retail. There is VCs in Phantom, so that changes it a little bit of the equation. But it's this whole thing where like we can be retarded longer than they can be solvent, is that sort of thing. So, um, that quote's always funny. Uh, yeah, we can always be retarded longer than you can be solvent. It's so true. But because of that, right, you have a lot of these big like this is why I've always invested in chains where like it's mostly people oriented, crowds, as well as like where the action's at, right? Because it's kind of easier to tell narratives and kind of see where things are going versus like chains that are very VC heavy. The game's already secretly sewn up already, right? Like you saw this with like Solana and stuff. I didn't recommend many Solana projects at all because as I did deeper and deeper research, the average Solana chain, right? The VCs get in at a $10 million valuation, and then it comes out and it's for $500 million. So right off the rip, they're up 50x or more. So as soon as it pumps up or anything, they're just perma dumping it because it's all profit at that point. Like they put $100,000 down, they have $5 million. The investors and stuff, they're yield farming on it, and they could dump it for the next 1 year and then earn about $10 million yield plus principal. That's why a lot of stuff isn't performing over there. Where on this, the average user is just like you and me. So we have more of a vested interest to make sure that it does well, take profits here and there, but not kill the system. So it's more of a shared sort of thing, where in the VCs, it's all, the incentives are all lopsided for the VC to win versus the normal person, right? But like I've said this before, and many times, is that for systems to work, you need upwards mobility. So you need ways for people to, sort of, some of people, or a good chunk of people, to start over time going up the system, go from poor to middle class to upper middle class to rich, lower rich, all that jazz. And if those things aren't in place, the system can work for a while, but eventually it'll break down. So if you do have sort of things where you have enough games and you have enough systems where enough different people can win, then you have a system that can support itself, and then you have different pools of deeper capital that you can draw from and stuff over time. So yeah. So Kyle, what's going on with the $5 super chat? I've been buying this dip on Hex. In your opinion, keep buying Hex or save fiat for Pulse? I sacrifice for Pulse X too. I would buy this dip on Hex, but I'd always say I would probably do something like, personally, 60-40. So 40% into Hex right now, 60% into cash. It's just always smart to have some cash, because let's just say you DCI all your money into Hex right now, and then for some reason we go down to 6 cents. You sure wish you had that more of the cash. So it's that sort of thing where, like, you save, you DCA, you do your weekly DCA or whenever the price, buy on red days, and then if opportunity strikes, you can capitalize. And that's served me really, really, really well over the years. Like I personally, when I sold some of my Hex into profit, I sold at 41 cents, 48 cents, and 51 cents. And then I bought back at 18, 13, 11. You know what I'm saying? And I still have a little bit more there. So if it drops to 9, 10, 9, 10, 7, 6, I can capitalize on it. So that's the way I'm playing it. It's this strategy has helped me over the years, and it works. So yeah. Yeah, Tap 2 has endless super chat funds. Yeah, I need to start charging Tap 2. You got to start super chatting me $10 now, bro. I'm hearing now you're cheating on me. What the hell? Well, what's going on? Let me go to the beginning. So what about the whale, the OG hexagon that dumped all that hedge on? Yeah, it was really, really, really stupid. Like I think basically, from what I've heard, it was just like some dude, like the dude was like, I think the 7th or 13th like largest wallet in the ecosystem. He just took all his hedge on and sold it in one shot. Like victim, it didn't even make sense. Like he basically just destroyed that position. He could have just dumped, like he literally just could have dumped 25% of it and almost gotten the same amount of money, but he just dumped it all on the market. So just kind of is what it is, basically. Yeah, what's going on, you man? But let's see. I thought I heard you. Wow, Evil Bob the Builder. I thought I heard you throw out a number. Girl, please, 1 year price target. Yeah, I said that it could do 1,000x. 1,000x if I'm just going off of rough numbers and stuff like that from the all-time lows, obviously, right? Because when we launch, we'll be at a certain price dependent on wherever the validate, right? Because it's going to be Richard who's the validators, of course, right? So whatever the first transaction is done on the ecosystem, they get to set the price, and once the price is set, then once you have the bridge phase, then because you're going to have a bit of price discovery. So once the prices are set at a certain limit in terms of the initial liquidity that's added, then from there, then you have additional liquidity added and people trading back this way or that way in terms of the ratios. Because we were having like when PulseChain launches, we're essentially having a 3-day ratio time where it's not based on price, it's based off of the amount of money on each side in terms of coins, right? So if you have one token, you have one ring on this side and you have 10 rings on this side. Well, this one ring is equal to 10 rings, basically, in terms of the ratio during that 3-day phase. After that 3-day phase, once you allow bridging and you allow the import of basically USDC, Ethereum, and all the other tokens, then you actually have the price of dollars on those assets, and then you'll have huge price of volatility during that point, and then you essentially we find where the market does value these assets. And you'll have FOMOing into other assets and stuff like that. I think I'm just gonna tell you right now, right off the rip, the strongest asset when the thing launches, Cubans don't cheat, amigo. Oh, eres cubano. Bueno, ahí está, man. Para ti. Oh man, Cubans don't cheat, man. Yeah, dude's dumb. He lost a lot of. I think it wasn't even about the money because that dude was already rich already. It was more about he was trying to make a statement basically, trying to like hurt the price or whatever, but which is stupid. He just got himself out of the game. So c'est la vie. Thank you very much. Go fuck off. But no man, thank you so much, Tap 2. I appreciate it with the $20 super chat. Cubans don't cheat. I love it. But hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I went out a couple nights ago and stuff, and I for some business stuff, and then some late nights for business stuff and everything, and like yeah, but it just is what it is. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, you guys. $2 super check. Miguel, get better soon. We need you for quarter two. I mean, I'm going, man. I'm getting back into fighting shape, man. Don't even trip, you guys. Like I'm literally on my diet right now and everything, man. I'm about to get sexy for the summer, man. It's hot boy summer, son. But no, thank you, Carlos M. Yeah, DC Twitter is the only way to reach out for a consultation. Wait, what? Let's see. I'm banned from Twitter because it's quite the crypto handicapped. Oh shit. But yeah, if you guys want a consultation, just DM me on Twitter. I can help you guys out and stuff and figure out a strategy for your portfolio or help you essentially maximize the amount of income you can generate from your assets in there and stuff. Because yield farming, outside of being like one of the best people to talk to about actually how to fix up your ladders and stakes and stuff, I've done it for people. I've done it with people with like 15,000 T-shares plus and stuff, all the way down to people with only like 100 T-shares or less, or no T-shares at all. I've helped people from pretty much the entire segment into end to hex of how to properly ladder out their hex so they're able to take advantage of prices now, later, and in the future, as well as like put some moonshots in there as well, because this system, if the system makes it to 15 years, I mean, dude, if hex makes it 15 years, bros, like it's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. Shit, hex makes it 15 years, bros. My God, bro. Like, it's disgusting how much wealth that's created, bro. Like, it's this motherfucker. Yeah, new memes, baby. Shit, I got them on deck. I got more, but I'm gonna ladder them in over time. Oh my God. But Stimmy check equals BTC. Yo, DCC, you plan on doing a stream about Crystal Veil? I'm actually planning to do a webinar on GameFi and stuff like that, actually, for all the Crypto Mindset Q1 guys. So if you're in the Crypto Mindset Q1, be on the lookout. I'll announce it in a couple of days. I think it's either going to be Monday or Tuesday of next week, but I'm going to do an entire thing on Crystal Veil, of how to prepare for the actual game launching and stuff on AVAX and everything, and all the yield farming opportunities and stuff like that. So, and then I'll probably do some YouTube thing afterwards or something for everybody else. But you guys get the info first, man. Heck yeah. There's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. Yeah, actually, funny story. This is actually a hex related story how I came up with that. So I was in Miami. So it was surreal. So I was there with me, all the Legion guys and stuff like that, and a couple other Hexicans, and we were at a table at the Salt Bay restaurant and stuff like that. And then we were in there, and then we were just looking around talking and shit. It was a really happy environment. And then there's a whole lot of money in this, but the whole table was like, yeah. So it's stuck in my head so much that I was like, I'm gonna make that a reality one of these days. So there you go, man. Meme. There's the meme. Origin story. But yeah, man, this is why I tell people join up to every course, right? Because there's webinars, there's all kinds of secret stuff. There's Fight Club things. If you know, you know. There's Fight Club things. If you know, you know, right? Which are, if you know, you know. If it's going to be new sacrifice phases. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah. So it isn't just that too. It keeps you motivated, keeps you in the loop and stuff. And it's more of like this thing where there's quite a lot of people in the crypto space that if they don't have like a group or community, they kind of fall off the wagon, right? So what this does is, for 2 weeks, we crank you up to 11. And then basically for the next month or two, you're just like hyper focused into crypto. And during those times when you're hyper focused, you find something, you know? So yeah. So there's all kinds of other stuff too, and like also, we also I'm planning to do more kind of late night sort of talks and stuff through like Telegram audio and just all kinds of other stuff like. So there's just always there always is just a great value to get it regardless, as well as like keeping up with the chats and stuff like that. And there's tons of people who've been part of this community that have been able to get jobs in crypto from being in this community. Shout out to Timothy and a bunch of other people as well. There's some people that were able to get the jobs for them, but they wanted to keep it in private, obviously, because they're working for like some pretty big crypto firms and stuff. But yeah, it's just that sort of thing where like you're able to make connections here, you're able to kind of grow, keep your knowledge base up, and just keep in the loop basically. And it's this whole thing too where you're able to use the group's kind of consensus of like what's shit and what's not shit, and kind of make your own decisions from there. So yeah, yeah, man. I'm a part of Fight Club, and it's been so long I completely forgotten about it. You're doing it right, bro. That's amazing. And also, there, of course, right. So, if you're also part of the Crypto Mindset course, the new one, right? If sign up to the Crypto Mindset course, anyone that's a part of the Crypto Mindset course, you're going to be the first one to find out about the actual meetup. So we moved the dates a little bit because the place that I was going to rent out didn't have the available dates for how much people I think are going to attend. I'm pretty sure for the Crypto Mindset meetup, we're going to have 200 to 400 people at least there. So the venue that I had, damn, it was sick, dude. But basically, I think we were going to oversell it basically, and they wouldn't let us do it because of a fire hazard. So um, next Crypto Mindset course, if you're in there, you're going to be able to actually get into the new one, the new place we're going to have. It's going to be, I'll announce the dates and stuff. I'll keep it all. But man, there's just so much shit, man. Just like Crypto Mindset Quarter 2, baby. Let's get it, shit. April 15th to the 19th. I cannot wait, man. Let's fucking go, son. Shit. Oh, and I know this is a PulseChain stream only. It's not how to win on PulseChain, but there's just so much stuff, man. There's just so much stuff. But I'll say some of these other topics for later. But yeah, man. Angry Twinkies have used gains on Ukrainian wife G set up stream site, get paid in X. What? Wow. Hey man, baby, let's get it. So, okay, so how to win on Pulse Chain. So let's just say you don't have anything at all. You just found out about Pulse Chain. So how the hell can I win in this thing? The number one strategy I would recommend would probably be dollar cost averaging right now into Hex, Ethereum Hex. I would, depending on you, if you had a certain whatever your budget is in terms of your dollar cost averaging, I would probably keep 30% of it in cash and do 70% in Hex, or whatever you're planning to invest into the whole Pulse Chain ecosystem. The reason for that is that you're going to be able to get the copy of your P Hex on that chain. The reason and then why that's so important is because check out the new artistry. Yeah, I think he's coming up with the V2, right? Let's see. Let's see, Richard Hart. Let's see what he's talking about. Mm. Yeah, the VNet. Yeah, but it's I'm not. I'm like. I'm happy about the test nets and stuff, but I don't get my rocks off over a test net. I mean, it's just whatever, you know. I need snapshot, and I need like ecosystem launching in a week. You know what I mean? That's what I need. Like test nets, I mean, I mean, cool. Yeah, we can validate a node. That's cool. Maybe you can move some funds around and stuff, but we already know how to do all that stuff already. Like for real, like this crowd right here that's in this chat right here is like 1%ers in crypto. For real. Like the course that we've done and the stuff we've shown you from A to Z. If you guys are wheeling and dealing inside of the inside of the Phantom ecosystem, you can do everything you can already on whatever the testnet does. You can already do that already, no problem. So I'm just saying. So launching soon? No, I don't think so. I mean, all right. So let's just get back to like the topic at hand, and then I'll go over kind of when I think the pulse chain is actually going to launch, basically. Because like all this shit, sort of like PEMDAS, if you guys remember that from school and stuff like that, in terms of the order of operations, there's sort of an order of operations that comes to all this stuff, right? And you have the test net, cool, but then you also need the snapshot, and then you're gonna have the actual launch of the project, and then you're gonna have the bridge phase, and then that's when it's fully launched. And then if you go down even further, there's launching of Mintra, and then launching of like liquid loans in terms of the back end of this entire PEMDAS of like order of operations, basically. So yeah, V2 is coming out tomorrow, and so V2 it's V2.5 or whatever for the PulseChain ecosystem, which is really cool. Yeah, there's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, man. So okay, so in terms of whatever you're going to allocate into, and like, so some of you guys already sacked already, cool. But some of you guys some of you guys want to maximize gains to be able to play a little bit better, or you don't have anything at all. Buy Hex. Buy Hex off the market. It's 11 cents right now. I mean, I'll pull up the chart in a minute, but basically Hex is at about 11 cents right now. A great time to DCA, and this is where I did my last purchase of Hex, a very large purchase. This is a good price. But just to give you a full FYI, it's very, 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 very possible that we can hit as low as maybe like 8.4 cents. Okay. I personally don't think we're going to hit anything below 6, but this is the range. So you got to do accordingly. But here's the problem is that when people hear that, right? People hear like, oh, it can drop to 8 cents. Oh, so I must buy at 8 cents. No, no, no. You buy at these prices right here, because you have to buy some now, because what will happen is you don't buy enough, and then you tippy toe, and like it's a sort of thing where you have to have the cojones to actually purchase it in order to. And if you're one of those dudes that just like, oh, you only want to buy on the worst day possible so you can buy that all-time low, well, you got to go with enough heavy force, and most people, they tippy toe into it. So it's like the sort of thing where you're better off do a little now, do a little bit later, and keep doing more, and then catch some up. Because what will happen is you'll buy some at 11, 10, 9, 8, and then boom, it pumps up to 12, and you buy the rest at 12, and then the rocket ships up. And then but you see, if you look at your average, right, you're at something like a 9.5, 10-cent average. And if we go back to 56 cents, you're at 5.6x on your capital. Not bad, right? So what I would personally recommend for people who especially are getting in now is, buying some at these lower levels and stuff. Buying some of these lower levels, and getting the multiples on that stuff, and then basically at some point, once we're up enough, is to take a little bit of profit, at least get your initial capital out, keep it into USDC, save that for PulseChain when it launches, get the snapshot, because you're going to have a price increase like this, a straight price increase. Once like, hey, snapshot's coming, boom, boom, shoots up like that. So during that hype phase, the reason it's pumping like this, everyone's buying it up so they can get the copy. So when PulseChain launches, you can play. There's 3 days where nothing's denominated in dollars. It's denominated versus each other in terms of ratios. It's that 10-1 ratio and stuff in terms of like the ratio between prices going up and down to the side. So you need to have Pulse, because you can't get PulseChain because you didn't sacrifice for it. And you didn't sacrifice for PulseX. Some of you guys do, so you guys maybe don't have to do this hardcore of a thing. But of course, everyone's a greedy motherfucker, right? It's they're gonna want to maximize profits and stuff too. So I mean, I'm doing the same thing too. I'm still buying Hex. I've been in it since the beginning, and I'm still buying it. Like it's just that sort of thing. But basically what I'm doing is I'm maximizing the amount of power and purchasing power that I have once the system launches, in order for me to take advantage of deals that happens. It's risk reward, because off the rip, right? So once Hex snapshot happens, the price is going to pump. Afterwards, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to keep going up. It's going to do this, like this. It's going to pump. Snapshot. Woo! Titties out. That's everybody. You're like, ah! Some people are going to take profits. Okay, I'm going to take a little here. Some people and there's gonna be some assholes that just sell it all and don't get any of that, but then they're cucked out once PulseChain launches. So it's just weird. It says if game theory wise, it's like, God damn it, it's like they can't sell like you because it's like fuck. I'm gonna it's like just take the profit and just run away and go home. Or do I play 50-50? Do I go 80-20? Do I do 90-10? Or do I just keep it all? Damn. And that's what people like they haven't figured. Like it's hard because it's a personal question for everybody, right? It really is this thing where like, fuck, I don't know. And like, and even whale, like I've talked to enough people. I know fucking all the people who have hex, I don't know. They don't. I mean, everyone's got different opinions. Everyone's in a different financial spot. You know, some people might take a little bit more profit than others. Someone might like, fuck it, I'm all in. Shout out Kareem, baby. But you know, it's that sort of thing. You know, where you have every color of the rainbow basically of what people are going to do. So I'm more of like the high middle road on this personally, where like take a little bit of profit out just to give you some USDC. So when the bridge opens up, you're able to. Because me, what I'm doing is I'm jumping in heavy into the ecosystem, and I've jumped in heavy. Like I've heavily invested in PulseChain, PulseX, Mintra, Liquid Loans, all these fucking chains and shit. I did all. I mean, there's eight coins, dudes. There's 8 coins. You got Hex, PHEX, PulseChain, PulseX, Incentive Token, Mintra, Liquid Loans, Hedron. Bros, there's 8 token. We have 8 token. We got the Infinity Stones, and we got 3, and we got these other ones. You know what I mean? So we've got five like the 5. I mean, we got 5 real Infinity Stones, and we got these 3 other projects that could be stones, but you know they are not the official RH projects. So and all that, and then on top of that too, if you have Hedron, your Hedron gets copied over as well into PulseChain, and then there's all that shit too. So right now, what I'd be telling people is buy some Ethereum right now, load up on some USDC once you take some profits here and there, and load up on your Hex right now, because the Gwei's down right now. Ethereum gas fees are going to shoot up, so that means you need to get some fucking Ethereum right now while it's fucking cheap, because those fucking gas fees are going to shoot the fuck up in 6 months or less. In 6 months or less, the gas fees on Ethereum are going to shoot the fuck up. When that fucking merge happens, dudes, institutional money is going to start buying Ethereum. You're going to have a bunch of people staking a bunch of ETH. There's going to be some transfer of wealth where some people sell some Bitcoin into ETH, which is going to cause the ETH price to rise, which is going to cause congestion because you have a bunch of people moving. And it's not even people really dealing with smart contract. It's just people moving a little Ethereum this way that causes. But enough people do that causes the Gwei to go back up. We're going to have $500 fucking swap fees, and at the very minimum, it's going to cost $110 to do a fucking transaction on Uniswap. So right now, you're literally you can swap into any coin on Uniswap right now for like 15, 20 bucks tops. So that means if you follow my rule, right, where you really like in terms of like economies of mass of like how big your transaction should be per swap, right? All you got to do is take the gas fee, multiply it by 20, right? Because like you shouldn't be paying more than a 5% gas fee for what the transaction is, unless it's very profitable or it's like you have to do it, right? So if you have a $20 gas fee times 20 is $400. So right now, a $400 swap. So if you have $400 of USDC or $400 of Ethereum into Hex, it's economically viable right now. Right now, like anyone who unstake your shit right now, make like anything that's gas intensive, do it now. Like literally do it now. If you're going to claim your Hedron, claim it fucking now. Mint your Hedron now, because this shit is going to cost you a lot of money in 6 months. I'm seriously like it might not be economically feasible for some of you guys to do your shit on Ethereum anymore. But we get fucked on Ethereum, but narrative wise, this is amazing for PulseChain, because once the Ethereum gas fees shoot up, Richard can be like, "Yo, you see how shitty Ethereum is? Look how cheap we are." New people. We got the Hexkins already in. Now we need to get the rest of everyone else in. That's the game. The game is to use the narratives and stuff, because like we've gone from just a product, we're like a product community, to like we're going to a full L1 ecosystem with literally NFTs and yield farming and swaps, liquidity. I mean, goddamn, dudes. Fuck, man. All right, now that I got your attention and your neighbors hate you, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't get unsubscribed, and retweet this shit out. What the fuck you guys doing? God damn. So let's go checklist again. Get some hex. Store up a little bit of USDC. It's always important to have USDC. Get some fucking Ethereum in your pocket. The starter pack right there. You need some ETH, you need some USDC, you need some fucking hex. And keep all that shit on your MetaMask. That's it. Done. And here's the thing too. It's like, Miguel, I won't even have it like I don't have any PulseChain. Well, if you have 1 or 2 Ethereum, you get 1 or 2 PulseChain from that snapshot. And that's enough to fucking swap out. It's like when you have like 2, 3 Phantom and then you have a bunch of USDC. You sell the USDC into PulseChain and then boom, you got your shit. Then you're good. That's what it is, you know? Oh my god. But Hulk mode, please, man. It's coming, man. Sipping on that hopium, sipping on that scissor. Miguel going Marin Gaines. Shout out, man. Shout out to Fresh too. Fresh is a cool dude, man. For sure, man. But it's let's see. But the thing is this timeline, like even though all this stuff's happening, right? This is all stuff that happens over a certain period of time, right? Like, all right, so let's go a little bit over timeline of when shit will launch. Bare minimum, the earliest PulseChain will launch is May. Bare minimum. That's like a little bit of hopium. You know, if I'm truly looking at the calendar, right? Because like right now, look, we're in the middle of March, right? So I pretty much think we're going to finish up the rest of this month with we got the testnet, right? The testnet launches tomorrow. Okay, cool. So the the guys, some of the guys in Hex will be jacking off over that shit for about a week and then get over it. And then we got the rest of, then we got the 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Cool. Then pretty much we have, in terms of macro wise, what do we have in April that's so fucking important? Well, we got tax season. So some people are going to be selling. So, and what I think is going to end up happening is that we're going to have a slight recovery in the prices of crypto after the 15th of April overall. Okay. Because there's going to be some people filing their taxes last minute and selling some stuff down. So you're going to have a little still volatility in the market afterwards. Most people, if you have a business or you have anything, you literally could extend your taxes from April to September after that. So once that gets kind of extended out, it's just, there won't be as much volatility because people will be able to, pump the market, take profits, and do all that other jazz. So I wouldn't be shocked. Richard launches possibly snapshot after the 15th. That's my guess, because if people are gonna buy or sell anything of Hex and stuff, you want all that stuff to be a little bit later on, right? But it just kind of, but for tax purposes, it's going to be, you're going to be charged anyway in April of next year anyway. So there's just a lot of stuff. But in terms of when I think tax, it's going to be right after the 15th of April for the snapshot. Afterwards, we're going to get, we're probably, there's going to be probably an announcement of an announcement, right? So this whole thing, so once a snapshot happens, there's going to be a couple days of it kind of like teetering off. And then from there, it's like, okay, you guys, the PulseChain is going to launch on this date. So it's this whole thing where just narrative wise to stretch everything out, right? Like, okay, so boom, testnet lags everybody out. Cool. Week of nothing. Hey, you guys, little obtuse sort of like hints during tweets and stuff like that and streams, and then snapshot happens. And depending on how Richard does it, if he does it like a week from now, the snapshot's happening. Damn, that's bullish. I think it's a little more bullish if he waits 3 days, if he gives a 3-day notice. But if he gets a 1-day notice, our pump might only go to 40 cents. So in terms of what I think, like low end in terms of the snapshot pump, it's going to be 30 cents. That's the lowest end of where I think the snapshot pump will go to. On the higher end, we're going to hit the all-time high, but we're going to bounce off of it. We're going to hit all-time high and then bounce down. So I don't think we don't have enough time with the snapshot. If the price was a little higher, I think we could actually break all-time highs, but I think we're going to get a close retest. And if we hit 50 cents, I would call that pretty much all-time highs, but 56 cents technically being the 10,000x on the hex price. So if we were to get that bounce up, right? If we were to get that bounce up, 30 cents, depending on how much time he gave us. If it's a one-day thing, like, hey, snapshots in 24 hours, motherfuckers, at snapshot happens at 00 UTC time. Peace, bitches. And he rolls out like this, then pretty much the hex price will go to 18 cents, like that. 18 cents would be like that. Like that. Like the snap of a finger. Like 18 cents. Bam! 18 cents. We'd teeter there for a couple hours, and boom, we hit the 22, and then we'd just be inching along. We'd be inching along, probably a little dip down, inching up, bam, slip down, and then boom, we hit 33 cents basically, and then that's where I think we'd stay on a one-day pump. If we get 3 days, if we get 3 days, like 3 days ahead of time, like, hey, the snapshot's happening in 3 days. A lot of money in this motherfucker. If we get 3 days, I think that's kind of a perfect enough time. That would allow the YouTube talking heads and all of us on YouTube and stuff, and all the YouTubers to be like, hey, bro, holy shit, the snapshot, you guys, we have to get hex. We have to get a hex. Oh my God, the snapshot's happening. Oh my God. Like, Hulkamania going wild. All that shit. If we get 3 days, be like, in terms of like the snapshots in 3 days happening at 00 UTC time. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like that. But and then the more I doubt this, to me seems like, because game theory wise, I don't think he would do this, but I don't think he would do a week. Giving people a week to do it could cause problems. Because having a 3 day notice would be maximum pump with the least amount of like whale fuckery, versus if you gave it a week, you would get more retail people to buy it. So it's a lot of chop. Even with if 3 days, we basically, worst case scenario, we'd get 41 cents, maybe 44 cents on the price of hex for the snapshot pump, to about the 56 cents pump, right? Which would be the all-time highs. If hex was at 25 cents right now, we would probably hit like, if we're at 25 cents right now, or 33 cents, we would have probably hit 90 cents on the pump. So yeah. And your hex sailing is right, yeah, because right now, look, so yeah, like you're right. So in terms, like, so basically we're basically having the launch of the V2.5, the V2.5 test net. Then eventually we're gonna have the 3.0, the V3, baby, V3. This isn't a V2, this is a V3, right? We're gonna have the V3 one, right? So that will be a little bit of hype and like, wow, so cool, awesome, karate action, all that jazz, right? But that's just kind of what it is. Yeah. You don't make money with if, though. What I do. I'm sorry, you don't, Jim. That seems very sad. But Ryan B. But once the V3 launch, it's all about these kind of announcements, enough to keep the engagement there, right? Because with enough of these things, it's trying to give Richard time, as well as there is a bit of market timing here, right? Because obviously, I think it would be better. I mean, we'd be better off launching PulseChain during a time when Ethereum's gas fees are higher. You know what I mean? Like, when Ethereum's gas fees are higher, this is narratively better for the PulseChain ecosystem, because it's better for all the L1s. When Ethereum's like janking up like this and shit with fucking transaction fees, no one can do shit. Like, all in on Luna, all in on Phantom, Solana, Phantom, PulseChain. and it's easier to get people to get in there, right? Like because right now, because Ethereum's gas fees are lower, this is also one of the attributing factors that's hurting a lot of the L1s, except for the ones that actually have market participants. This is why, like right now, Harmony One's only doing good because you have the entire thing with like DeFi kingdoms, but then on the Phantom side, you actually have real users on Phantom, and the same thing too. You have real community in Hex. That's why Hex is still doing good. If you look at most of their ecosystems, they're kind of like they're not that people are gone, but it's getting pretty quiet. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah, I know. All right, the OGs knows what the bottom feels like. Please tell us. We're getting close. We're pretty close. I don't think we're going to go to 3 cents or 6 cents or anything like that. I mean, 6 cents would be the downright lowest I think it could get. I don't think there's enough hex money and there's enough people who would buy up that price and shit. Like, I'd back up the Brinks truck at 6 cents, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, there's whales that had these limit orders and stuff set at like 6 cents, 5 cents that they pretty much go like that, basically. Travis, the Phantom's a ghost town. What? Tell me whether the chain's like not a ghost town. I'll wait. On most chains, it's just like one product that's got a little bit of people on it. That's it. But yeah. So, hey, come on, man. Ethereum's close to 3K. I wanted to buy cheap. I mean, let's see what Ethereum's at. Ethereum right now currently is about 2,000. But the time, obviously the time when Ethereum was dropping down to 2,100, 2,300, you know, that's the time where I purchased some more Ethereum. And even right now, it's still a great price because right, like you DCA into it. What I'm saying is just to just get enough Ethereum to make sure that you're okay. So when you do have to transfer funds back to Ethereum, you're okay. Obviously, in terms of your main investments, you're just not just in Ethereum to get all your money. Yeah, and all that stuff. So let's see. Do I regret buying my Rolex? No, not really, man. I doubled my money on this Rolex, dude. I bought this shit for retail, bro. Like I bought all my shit for looking like at the stores and stuff. I'm basically up like 2x's on any other than this ring. This just shit, it's just a ring, But the Rolexes and stuff have been nothing but like I might be there 50% to 2x on all of my Rolexes and stuff. So because what ends up happening is a bunch of people that have money and shit. They're buying at like people who have money who are close to the money printers, which is crypto and businesses and stuff. They're just like, fuck where I put my money. They just start buying Rolex. You can't even get Rolexes in the stores and shit. Like the bluesy that I got last time, I just got lucky as fuck. I just walked in a Rolex store in was it San Jose? Walked in there, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, we have one." I was like, "Yeah, can I get it?" He was like, "Yeah, sure." And they sold to me for like 14K. The watch is like 25,000. But it's just that sort of thing, man. Yeah, Apple Watch $0. A girl bought it for me. You see, You see, this is why this guy can super chat. This guy's got the skills, man. Yeah, but I can. But I'm saying like people are funny, dude. Like, dude, I can afford crazy shit. Like legitimately, I can afford really, really crazy shit. But why do I spend? I don't spend all my money on fucking crazy shit. I just got this for fucking fun. Like, it's funny, dude. Like, it's almost like, hey, Sunday news today, DCC going broke after many fucking jewelry purchases and stuff. Is man gonna sell Hex? Back to you, news at 7. Tinder swindler. Yeah. Let's see. Please tell me to get another dip by the time crypto mindset starts. No, but I mean, well, hey, if you, it's just more the thing. Like, crypto is this whole thing where like you do the research, you're in the groups and stuff, you're able to pay attention, but we have to work. I mean, this is what it is. I mean, this is what it is. We tell people, you don't quit your job, you don't quit your job or anything like that. It's like there's this old joke of like of like of like I quit my job for crypto too early. It's that sort of thing with people where like some people they get their like you have to really have it before you leave it, basically, and you have to have a plan. You know what I mean? at the same time too, like if you're just like kind of just you're just doing passive investments and stuff, and you have enough money there, you get pretty bored around the house. But it's the sort of thing, if you really hate your job, then fucking leave it, because it's better. Like you're better off having less money but being a little bit mentally more stable than being somewhere where you're truly miserable. So it's this whole thing where you have to do all this head math. And then there's some people too at the same time too that they're like they're bullshitting themselves when they say they're not happy about that. I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, the whole point about it making your life better. Yeah. Let's see. I grew up in San Jose. That's where no, I'm not from there. Yeah. I need to go to Chinatown to get myself a Rolex. Yeah, Chinatown. Henry R. I'm gonna give you a hug, dude. Don't worry. Don't worry. You stick around with me, kid. You guys are gonna make it. It's this game is a game of attrition. Crypto is a game of attrition. It's about. I mean, one of the reasons why I talk about, I do memes and I do all this shit. Like I don't have to do any of this shit. Like I do it because it gets you into the culture and you understand the culture, right? The game is you have to play enough games and enough investment. It's basically what the reason I say it's games, so it's funner to understand. But realistically, you have to do it. You have to take money from this thing and put into this other thing, and take shots here and there, because you're gonna make. But in order to like multiply your capital, and then you essentially have like resources where you're generating income and money off of all these other assets that you have in crypto, and then you can use that income to then buy dips on some of your key projects, right? So I take money that I make on other ecosystems when Hex is down, and then funnel that into Hex. When Hex pumps, I take a little bit of that money, reinvest over here, or just put some into USDC when Hex. It's this whole system and stuff where it's like the Ouroboros and stuff. Like it's the loop, basically. I mean, crypto. I mean, like I've been laughing this entire time about people saying this is a bear market. This is not a fucking. If this is a bear market, like I need more bear markets like this. This has been the best bear. If this is a bear market, man, this has been the best bear market of my life. Oh my god, bros! Like I haven't even noticed. Like I only took a little bit of an L like recently, about 3 weeks ago, when like I think you had the Andre thing. Other than that, when that happened, shit, I didn't even notice. Like I was like, bear market where? Where's the bear market? I don't know for what, because I made sure that I had multiple coins and multiple ecosystems, so I could always keep playing, moving things around, keep taking this over there, like keep the action going. Like I'm not a maxi, but I understand about being concentrated in coins. Of course. But I never give up. I don't give up. I'm an optimist. Like at the end of the day, I'm an optimist. And this is the problem with the pessimists, the bears and shit. The bears get fucked. Bulls make money. Bulls really make money. Bears only make money for a little bit of time, and the rest of the time they're just salty fucks. That's why all the memes and shit of the bears getting fucked in the ass. It's that old adage and shit. There's two bulls on top of the hill, and there's a young bull and an old bull. The young bull is like, oh my god, look at all those cows down there. Let's go fuck one of them. My son, let's walk down there and fuck all of them. But yeah. Is the whole gaming narrative? No, it's not even over. It's just beginning. It's just beginning, dude. The NFT narrative, the crypto pixel sort of stuff, that's over. Just like it's over a little bit. But even this whole, it's just cyclical, right? It's like, oh, NFTs are not hot right now. Then it's yield coins. Oh, and that's not hot right now. Oh, it's gaming. Oh, that's hot right now. Now it's not hot anymore. But it's during those times when the shit's not hot, you look for the new stuff coming up, and you also look like, wow, these things are on discount. Let me get this. But of course, you have to have the eye for talent to know, like, oh, is this bullshit or not, or it's good. The gaming narrative is probably one of the best use cases in this, because it's gaming, right? Everyone's a gamer, bro. Like everybody that I know in crypto that's made a lot of money, even fucking Richard Hart. He was playing StarCraft 2. Dude, everyone loves games. We're preconditioned with games. Game preconditioned. Right? Like we're all fucking World of Warcraft players. We're all fucking RuneScape players. We've all played like Dota, Call of Duty 2. Like these games of like what I've noticed typically, people who play Call of Duty, the Call of Duty games are like decent traders. That's what they lean into. Guys who are into StarCraft are like basically allocators and stuff, portfolio allocators and all that stuff. Uh, RuneScape, World of Warcraft and stuff. Especially playing the marketplaces and stuff like your arbitragers or ratio traders. Skills like what we're doing like basically what I'm doing in my life. I'm just doing the shit that I did as a kid in grown up version in financial markets. And I was rich as fuck in all these games. I was gold maxed out on World of Warcraft. We're all gaming geeks. It's just we're playing like as humans, kids learn with games. We're just doing the same thing. We're just adults pretending we're not playing games. We're playing games. And people, when they go out to work, we're putting on masks, right? It's that whole thing when you go to college, right? Like there's this whole thing. Let's just say you're in high school. You're in high school right now, and you're a fucking loser. And you're like, I don't want to be a loser, right? So there's this thing that happens where, like, let's just say you grow up, you're in kindergarten, and you're kind of like whatever. You're not the cool kid. Everyone grows up. You go into high school, and then you're still like not that cool. And let's just say one day you just change your outfit to you change yourself to be like a cool guy, but no one believes it. Why do you think people go to? There's something called the college effect where people move far away from anyone who knows them to go to some place else, to a different college or a different town where no one knows them, and then how you look like and what you are is what everyone says you are at that point. So if you say that you're like, oh, I'm a goth dude now, I'm a goth guy, then you are, because there's this larger thing that like reading a book. Don't read a book by its cover, but we all do it. Literally, we all do that. So this is what this is what happens. So people are putting these masks on every day, right? Whatever what you wear, what you present to the market, it is what it is, because people don't have, unless someone really knows you. People can only read a book by its cover. But yeah, man. Oh my god. Farming herbs and soul carbation, that circle, bro. Oh my god, dude. I was doing myth. I was using the sapphire ore. I think that's the name of it and stuff. I was doing it with a mount. I was one of the first people in the game to like. As soon as that launched, I just went out there with my horse and I was just mining. But everyone was trying to grind to 80. I just got my mining enough where I can mine that shit. And I did that circle forever. I filled up my bank and I killed it doing that. What's up, Tattoo Monkey Island, Duke Nukem 3D, Wolfenstein, Doom, My Child. Yeah, great games. Oh, Shotgun Jimmy, man, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on, dude? Yeah. Ice fishing for feast, rating Nax and ICC. Oh my god. Yeah, profit in their own town. Yeah, no one's a prophet in their own town. Exactly. It's just kind of this whole thing. You have to get, the only way you can actually make people who around you, like, here's the annoying thing. So the easiest way to change what people think about you is just to basically get away from the people that know you, and say and act the way you want to be treated, and then you will be treated that way. Right? Where if you're in a place where everyone known you your whole life, the only way to get people to really treat you differently is dramatic change. And for some people, it's very hard. Where, like, let's just say you're some fat guy and you get six packed out, people start treating you different because it's a dramatic change. Or if you're really poor, or like, and then you become super fucking rich in that community, then like people change on you. But because it's hard, because it's those things are hard to do, right? To have the willpower and the skill. I mean, because anyone could get like jacked and shit, but it's fucking difficult and it takes a shit ton of dedication. That's why it's so impressive, right? And on the other side, to get super rich, it's the same thing. It's very difficult, and it's mostly attrition. But all of this shit's attrition. All of it is willpower. Are you willing to do it? And if you are, you'll do it. Yeah, man. Like all my smartest guys I know is games are, yeah. Like, I'm gonna get my kids into MMORPGs and stuff like that, and just it's all about learning how to play with others, resource management, and grinding. Really. Then at a certain point, it would be like, hey, son, you got to stop playing that shit because you want to get chicks. but we'll put that in the, they'll get those software stuffs in the back of their mind, how to play these financial games, and then we'll go into working out and shit. Yeah. I mean, like, if I mean, it's like, it's for girls too and all that other stuff. It's like, Just present your watch. Like let's just say you're a nerd in your homeschool. You're a nerd. You're like I'm a nerd here. Then I moved to LA. I'm an actor. I'm an actor, Miguel. Then move here. I'm goth Miguel. I go to Houston. I'm a rapper, Miguel. Or I go to fucking Atlanta. You know, whatever. You know, it's that whole thing. Is just whatever you put out there and put yourself around people. That's what you become. That, and people treat you that way. So if you want to be respected, treat yourself with respect. Treat yourself with respect. Give other people's respect, and you'll be given that. Basically, if you're just a beta little bitch and you let people roll over you, you will be rolled over. You know, there's no like, it's that whole thing where like, a good man's a dangerous man, but he has self-control. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm really a man. See, Ginger's got the right thing. Pimp your kids out on scholarship for Illuvium in the future, DCC. Have kids to use them to farm. That's you see this man right here, Ginger, man. He's got it. Look at that, suited up and shit. Like this he's a man with a plan. For real, man. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button, subscribe, you guys. Retweet this out, you guys. But yeah, that's how you win on PulseChain, man. You just gotta power through. No, it's this whole thing, but crypto puts you in a place where it just makes you want to work harder, man. Like take an extra shift, work more hours, expand your businesses and stuff. A lot of you, I mean, there's a lot of you guys could let me ban this motherfucker. Spammer be gone. You've got to try to like grow. It's like I recently had a consultation with somebody where I told them like, bro, you need to go to every single one of your clients and ask them for like, hey, I need to increase the prices by $20-$30 or 20-30% or whatever the fuck it was, because you can. You can grow your income. Cool. Once you tap that out, then from there you need to spend half your time on your. So I said the first 4 hours of the day should be listening to stuff about growing your business, about something productive. The other 4 hours about crypto. I said in the first thing in the morning, wake up, get your coffee, go to work, go try to grow your business, and listen to 4 or 5 hours of stuff about like how to. Motivational stuff, hustle stuff, like how can I grow my business, learn more things about your trade, put yourself in that positivity mindset of growing higher. And then from there afterwards, go listen to the crypto content. Because this is the only way you're going to be able to get out. That's how I got myself out. Like I worked my ass off like 7 days a week and shit, burning the candle at both ends in order to get to the point where I'm at right now. But you just have to, but you need hope. And like I'm telling you, you stick with crypto, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. There's nowhere else I can tell you that. You grow your business out. If you want to make crypto career, you can, but you just got to work at it. And you're early. Like normal people can make it in this space because there's no PhDs in any of this shit. Like right now, we're the PhDs. For real. Yeah. Here, I'll put your comment up right here. Yeah, if you want anything in life, you got to work for it. You got to want it. You got to visualize it. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. If you believe you can't do it, you're right. You can't. You think you're a fucking loser, you are a fucking loser. If you think no, I'm not a loser, I'm good, I'm a fucking champion. You're a fucking champion. You walk towards whatever you're looking at. If you look down, you're gonna head down. You look up, you're gonna trend up. That's it. God damn. Like. Man, like there's just like I'm here. I'm straight. Fuck, man, I'm like a fever. You guys gotta. It's this whole. Man, I'm your big brothers. I'm your big brother, man, or your uncle, man. It's. I'm here for you guys. I ain't going nowhere and stuff like that. But you just gotta power through. There's just so much motherfuckers that are just like you see people on Twitter bitching about shit. Or like, oh my god, I'm crying about this or that, about the hex price or the community or this. And I go, shut the fuck up. Just like whatever. Like, who cares? Who cares? Just work harder, make more money. Just work harder, make more money. Go take care of your own. Put money here and there. Make sure that you have some money in the savings and shit, and just keep grinding and grinding and grinding. It seems like it never happens. It just seems like it's just like you're just bashing your fucking head on the wall. Like, damn, it just never happened. Bam, bam, and one day you fucking break through, and you're like, fuck yes, I knew I wasn't fucking crazy. I knew I wasn't fucking crazy. God, That was one of the greatest things. Like there was a time in my life. There was a time in my life when I was in Hex and I was in all these coins and stuff like that. That I was just. I mean, I was just losing money every fucking week. Every fucking week, I worked my fucking ass off. I put $2,000 into crypto, and then that $2,000 turned into $800. Then the next week, I was like, cool. I got another $300, and then it turned. And then after the next week, it was like down to $80 every fucking week. And it got to the point where I was just saying, fuck it, take all my, I don't care, market, take my fucking money. I'm gonna keep going. I don't care. I'm gonna fucking find a way to make it through this fucking bullshit. And I did. Fuck, man. Crypto is a game of attrition. It's just powering through, making it through, and you're gonna make it. We're fucking early. Like they're like the biggest circle jerk numbers that we can hear is like 2% of the population of the earth is in cryptocurrencies, if that. And like 80% of the people that the average person in crypto's probably got like $1,000, if that, in crypto, maybe. And they're and all their money's on Coinbase or or Kraken or Gemini or one of these other FTX, and that's it. They got a little bit of Bitcoin or Ethereum and some like random coin. That's it. Doge. Everyone in here is so fucking ahead of the game. You guys don't understand how ahead of the game you guys are. I'm talking to 1%ers here, 5%ers of the entire crypto space. We're talking about fucking like it's literally 0.001% of the entire fucking population of the entire planet. And you guys are all on that level. That's why when money printing, the money gets transferred to you. It's like that's why we're net beneficiaries. Anytime the governments around the world print money, we get richer because all the smart money's dumping the money in here, and we've got our buckets out collecting all that water when it rains. They keep devaluing their dollars. Our assets will keep increasing, and they're yielding on top of that. 40% APY on Hex. Then on PHEX. And then the yield farms. You know? It's just that, man. And crypto, and there's more to come. Crypto Mindset Q2, man. Q2. It's coming. April 15th to the 19th. Let's get it. Come join, man. Come join the family. This is La Familia right here. This is the family. Like you want that negative shit? Go off to all those fucking Discord chats. Go off to all those fucking plebby ass fucking Telegram chats and shit with all the fucking spurgs. No, we got none of that shit here. And if I see any of that shit in the chats, I'll cut it root and stem out. You got to have the right mindset. There's a reason it's called crypto mindset. You got to have the right mindset. It's making it through. That's all it is. And we look out for each other, Are we perfect? No, who the fuck? No one's perfect. No one's perfect. We're humans and shit, man. Like I don't get enough sleep. I should be getting enough sleep. I don't get enough sleep. I'm tired all the time. I'm on here with the fucking fever and shit. And I'm not feeling too hot, but like I felt like a piece of shit if I didn't stream today because I really wanted to talk to you guys. And two, like I want you guys to win on PulseChain. I want you guys to win in these ecosystems. I want you guys to learn everything. Like there's so much going down right now and stuff like that. Just DCA. You don't have to ape everything in, but there's a reason I call myself dollar cost crypto. You can dollar cost average into your assets, put a little into USDC, put a little here, put a little there into that. Or if you see the bigger opportunity, take that week's DCA all into one thing if you feel it. And then over time, you guys are going to make it. This just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys know this. Anyone that follows me, you guys know that there's going to be upgrades on ETH. So what does that mean? They're probably like the fucking, if you could tell JP Morgan's probably going to pump the fuck out of Ethereum because they're trying to get Ethereum to beat Bitcoin, right? During that narrative switch here, you can just fucking sell your shit, sell all that Ethereum to USDC, let both those motherfuckers crash, buy up the dip on everything across the board and get giga rich in crypto. But with that, man, just to reiterate, you buy Hex, you get some Ethereum right now because it's cheap. Gas fees are going to get expensive. Just buy Ethereum just so you can unstake your stakes, get some USDC, and just chill out. Take profits when the price goes up a little. Just put some in your pocket so you don't feel bad. So if whichever you invested into Hex and in 4, 5, 6 X's, take one of those X's. Let's say you invested $10,000 and you take it grows to 60,000. Take 10,000 at least. Put that in your pocket so when prices go down, you don't feel like, oh fuck, I had so much. Hey, do you still have all your money? Yeah, you did. Okay, then now you can DCA back in, and you're still working, right? Are you still working? Yeah. This is why everyone's so emotional. Is that I get it. It's like gambling. You put all your money in, and if it hits, you fucking are like, yes. You put all your money. You put all your money on fucking like on deuces on the craps table. 31 to 1. Bam, you kidding. God damn, you see, I'm the smartest, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. But when it doesn't go your way for a little while, you fucking over there winning your girl's purse, took all her fucking money, took the rent money, and then baby, that was the fucking rent money. Well, it was gonna go up. Well, it's going to go up, or it's going to go up, or you were wrong, or whatever the hell you were invested in. But it's just about asset. It's about resource management. If you can be good at your resource management, you can make it. It's this whole thing about just keeping it together. I mean, there's like, of course, I mean, we all do this and stuff. We're burning the candle at both ends, and we're just barely keeping it together. Like, we're putting just enough for the bills, a little bit for savings and stuff, just in case something happens, and it's all in crypto. But yeah, man. With that, you guys, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and retweet the shit out. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much what's going on right now in the PulseChain ecosystem. We've got the V2 testnet coming out right there. We're gonna have tax season coming up. V3 snapshot, pre-bridge phase, the bridge phase, Mintra, liquid loans, and Hedron somewhere in there, depending on if it launches right away with the snapshot. So we got a lot of events here. PEMDAS. We got the PEMDAS of stuff launching. So there's a lot of positive sort of things to do and ways to play it. And you got to put yourself in a position. And I will say one more thing, right? I'm taking a shot on Hedron. I've minted my stuff, or claimed. I'm sorry, I haven't minted yet. I've claimed minted. You know what I'm trying to say here. I'm DCAing slowly into it. Some whales are jumping. All right, fuck it. If it goes to zero, I'm not putting like a crazy amount of money, but it's so fucking cheap right now. Like, why not? Why not put a little bit? Why not I'm putting a little bit into it and DCAing here and there when I think the price is down. The price is pretty cheap right now. And fucking let's see what happens. Shit. We might get 100x out of this bitch. So with that, you guys, subscribe, and I'll catch you